Lesson 1. Essential question. How do Earth and the Moon move? Engage your brain. Find the answer to the following question in this lesson and record it here. The ocean is reflecting light from the full moon. How is the moon acting on the ocean? Active reading. Lesson vocabulary. List the terms. As you learn about each one, make notes in the interactive glossary. Sequence. Many ideas in this lesson are connected by a sequence, or order, that describes the steps in a process. Active readers stay focused on sequence when they mark the transition from one stage of an idea or step in a process to another. Turning through the day. Look at your desk. Is it moving? It may not look like it, but everything in your classroom is moving, including you. Active reading. As you read these 2 pages, circle lesson vocabulary each time it is used. Looking at Earth from above the North Pole, we see that Earth turns in the opposite direction to a clock. As Earth turns, half of it gets light from the sun, and half of it is in darkness. It is day on the lit half of Earth. It is night on the dark half of Earth. Day changes to night as Earth turns. Sun. Earth's rotation. Morning, night, evening, day. North Pole. Picture a line going through Earth from the North Pole to the South Pole. This imaginary line is Earth's axis. Like a wheel on a bike, Earth rotates or turns on its axis. Earth's rotation causes the cycle of day and night. One full rotation takes 24 hours, or one full day. From one sunrise to the next, we spin through the parts of a day: morning, daytime, evening, and night. The day-night cycle happens over and over again. Think about the things you do in each part of this cycle. When do you wake up, eat, sleep? People follow a cycle too. What time is it? Label each picture to show all 4 parts of the day-night cycle. Number the parts to show the correct sequence. 1. Morning. Reasons for seasons. Winter, spring, summer, fall. Like day and night, the seasons make a cycle. Active reading. As you read these 2 pages, find and underline the definition of revolution. As Earth turns on its axis, it also moves around the sun. Each complete trip of Earth around the sun is one revolution. Each revolution takes about 365 days, or 1 year. The seasons change as Earth moves around the sun. The diagram shows that Earth is tilted on its axis. The part of Earth that points toward the sun gets more direct sunlight. The part that points away from the sun gets less. As Earth moves around the sun, the part that gets more direct sunlight changes. The part with the most direct sunlight has summer. The part with the least direct sunlight has winter. During fall and spring, neither the top nor the bottom half of Earth is tilted toward or away from the sun. Look at the image labeled summer. When the North Pole is pointing toward the sun, people who live north of the equator, in the northern hemisphere, have summer. Those in the southern hemisphere have winter. Summer. Spring. Summer. Fall. Winter. What season is it? Label the images with the correct season. Why it matters. Winter days. What is winter like for kids in the United States? That depends on where you live. In Phoenix, Arizona, winter temperatures are usually in the 60s or 70s. In Portland, Oregon, they are usually in the 40s or 50s. But someone in Madison, Wisconsin would be used to temperatures in the 20s or 30s. In the Northeast, a big snowstorm can bring everything to a stop. In the South, winter is usually sunny and warm, but even there, it may get cold at times. In the Midwest, heavy snow, ice, sleet, and freezing rain are possible. Freezing rain can cause a lot of damage. Do the math. Use a data table. Use the table to answer the questions below. High temperature in January. Detroit, 31 degrees Fahrenheit. San Diego, 66 degrees Fahrenheit. Seattle, 47 degrees Fahrenheit. Washington, D.C., 42 degrees Fahrenheit. How much warmer is San Diego than Detroit in January? Which city has the coldest temperature in January? Phases of the moon. On some nights, you see a round moon. On other nights, you see a sliver of moon. Sometimes you see no moon at all. Why? Active reading. As you study the diagram on the next page, number the moon phases to show their sequence. Begin with the new moon. Write your answers in the caption boxes. Does moonlight really come from the moon? No. The moon doesn't produce its own light. It reflects light from the sun. This reflected light is what we see from Earth. At any time, half of the moon is lit by the sun. As the moon revolves around Earth, different amounts of its lit side can be seen. This is what causes the different shapes, or phases of the moon. 8 moon phases make up one cycle. A full cycle happens in about 1 month. Then the cycle repeats. The big 4 phases. The 4 main moon phases are new moon, full moon, and both quarter moons. Label the missing phase below. Then fill in the dark part of the moon. Use the diagram at right to help you. Full moon, new moon, first quarter moon. Moon phases. The moon's phases make up a cycle that repeats each month. The lit side of a new moon faces away from Earth. We see no moon at all. During a crescent moon, just the edge of the lit side can be seen. A first quarter moon looks like a half circle and is lit on the right side. As we see more of the moon's lit side, we say that the moon is waxing. We see all of the moon's lit side during a full moon. As we see less of the moon's lit side, we say that the moon is waning. A third quarter moon looks like a half circle, but it is lit on the left side. We see crescent moons just before and just after a new moon. Daily highs and lows. Both pictures show the same beach. Why is the water so low in one picture and so high in the other? It's because of tides. Active reading. As you read these 2 pages, draw boxes around the names of the 2 things that are being compared. These people enjoy walking along the beach near this structure during low tide. Tides are changes in the height of ocean water. The pull of the moon's gravity causes ocean tides. When the moon is above an ocean, it causes high tide on that part of Earth and on the opposite side too. In the parts of the ocean between the 2 areas of high tide, the water level is lower. At those places, a low tide occurs. Where have all the people gone? They didn't want to get wet. They left before it was high tide. At most beaches, there are high tides and low tides every day. The tides make a cycle. How do you know it is high tide here now? Before, we saw people walking on the beach. Now, the beach is covered with water. Pattern of tides. On the lines below, tell where the moon might have been when the picture on this page was taken. In the space below, draw what the image on this page will look like next as it continues its cycle. Sum it up. When you're done, use the answer key to check and revise your work. Finish each statement. Then draw a line from the statement to the picture that matches it. 1. Each month the moon cycles through 8 blank. 2. Earth's blank causes the cycle of day and night. 3. When the North Pole tilts away from the sun, it is this blank in Earth's northern half. 4. At low blank, you can find seashells on the beach. 5. Earth makes 1 blank in about 1 year. 6. The Earth is tilted to one side on its blank. A, B, C, D, E, F. Lesson 1. Brain check. Wordplay. 1. Unscramble each word to complete the sentence. Write it in the boxes. 1. We see different shapes of light in each blank of the moon. 2. The pull of the moon on Earth's oceans results in blank. 3. It takes Earth a year to make one complete blank. 4. Earth's blank causes the cycle of day and night. 5. Earth's blank passes through the North and South poles. 6. Earth's blank, or rotating, causes day and night. Write the circled letters here. Unscramble them to form a word that answers the riddle. 7. In this season, plants begin to grow.
Apply concepts. 2. Put a circle around the image of Earth that shows winter in the northern hemisphere. Put an X on the image that shows summer in the southern hemisphere. Put squares around the images that show spring and fall. 3. Explain how Earth is moving. Tell what cycle this motion causes. 4. Draw and label pictures to show the 4 main phases of the moon in order. Take it home. See Sciencesaurus for more information about Earth's moon.